What if I told you that one quiet rumor is starting to shake the foundations of the Western Conference? Not a superstar demanding out, not a front office meltdown, but a single name, Austin Reaves, suddenly whispered in conversations that could redefine two franchises. Tonight, the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers meet on the court. But behind the scenes, a much bigger game may already be unfolding. As a journalist who has covered this league for years, I can tell you, this story feels different. And once you understand why, you won't look at the Lakers or the Spurs the same way again. NBA world on alert. The Austin Reaves trade rumor that won't go away. The NBA thrives on moments. Some are loud, some are subtle, and then there are moments that begin as whispers, the kind that only insiders, scouts, and front office executives truly understand. Right now, Austin Reaves is that whisper. As the Los Angeles Lakers prepare to face the San Antonio Spurs this Thursday, December 11th, the matchup goes far beyond a regular season game. Around the league, executives aren't just watching the box score. They're watching body language, rotations, conversations on the bench. Because parallel to this game, another battle is quietly being discussed. Could Austin Reaves become the perfect co-star for Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio? It sounds bold, almost unthinkable just a year ago. But in today's NBA, circumstances change fast, and Reeves' rise has been impossible to ignore. The Wembanyama factor, a franchise waiting for IT's final piece before diving deeper into Reeves. We have to talk about Victor Wembanyama. The French phenom has been sidelined since November 16th, missing 11 straight games. And yet, surprisingly, the Spurs haven't collapsed. In fact, they've stayed competitive, disciplined, and organized without their generational star. That reality has forced San Antonio's front office into a fascinating position. For years, the Spurs were patient. They drafted, they developed, they waited. But now they have Wembanyama. And once you land a talent like that, the clock, whether you like it or not, starts ticking. The Spurs know something the rest of the league is starting to realize. Wembanyama doesn't need just time. He needs help, not in 2 or 3 years, but soon, which leads us directly to Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves. From role player to NBA phenom, if you had told fans 2 seasons ago that Austin Reaves would be mentioned in franchise-altering trade rumors, most would have laughed. Undrafted, quiet personality, team-first mentality. But the NBA has a way of rewarding those who refuse to accept labels. Reeves is now in his 5th NBA season, and at 27 years old, he's playing the best basketball of his life, by a wide margin. Let's be honest for a moment. Last season, Reeves took heat, a lot of it. Critics said he benefited from playing next to LeBron, that his numbers weren't sustainable, that he was a nice player, not a star. This season, he has silenced every one of those voices. The numbers that changed everything to the first 20 games of the season. Austin Reaves isn't just playing well. He's playing like an MVP candidate. 28.4 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 6.7 assist efficiency, poise, leadership. And then came the moment that forced the NBA world to stop and stare. On October 26th, against the Sacramento Kings, Reeves exploded for 51 points. A career-high performance that didn't feel forced or fluky. It felt inevitable. Watching that game as a journalist, one thought kept coming back to me. This is no longer a hot streak. This is a transformation. Why the Lakers depend on Reeves more than ever. The Lakers currently sit second in the Western Conference, boasting an impressive 73.9% win percentage. LeBron James has evolved again, becoming more selective, more surgical. DeAndre Ayton looks rejuvenated. Luka Doncic leads the league in scoring. And yet, when games get tight, when spacing breaks down, when defenses trap stars, Reeves is the release valve. He creates. He reads the floor. He keeps possessions alive. In many ways, he has become the connective tissue of this Lakers roster. Which raises a dangerous question. Is Austin Reaves now too valuable to trade or too valuable not to? Why San Antonio is watching very closely from San Antonio's perspective. The equation is simple but risky. They have Wembanyama. They have cap flexibility. They have young assets. What they don't have is a proven perimeter creator who can score, organize the offense, and take pressure off their franchise player. Reeves checks all those boxes. He doesn't dominate the ball. He doesn't demand the spotlight. He thrives off movement and spacing, exactly what Wembanyama creates. And here's the key part that league executives keep circling. Reeves is entering his prime at the same time Wembanyama is entering superstardom. That overlap matters. The timing. Why this rumor exists now, these rumors didn't appear out of nowhere. NBA insiders point to 3 critical reasons they're gaining traction. Reeves' value has never been higher. San Antonio feels closer to accelerating its rebuild. The Lakers are quietly evaluating long-term roster balance. This doesn't mean a trade is imminent, but it does mean conversations are happening. And in the NBA, once conversations start, possibilities multiply fast. The emotional side of the story covering this league isn't just about numbers. It's about people. Austin Reaves embodies everything fans love about basketball: effort, humility, growth. Seeing his name in trade talks isn't easy, especially for Lakers fans who watch him rise from obscurity to stardom. And yet, this is the business of the NBA. As a journalist, I feel that tension deeply. The beauty of loyalty versus the reality of opportunity. And that emotional push and pull is exactly why this story matters. There's a moment in every big NBA rumor where imagination gives way to math. Contracts, picks, timelines, fit. That's where we are now with Austin Reaves and the San Antonio Spurs. Around the league, this is no longer treated as internet noise. Executives are quietly asking the same questions. What would it take? Who blinks first? And who benefits most, now and 5 years from now? Let's peel this back layer by layer. The salary cap reality. Why this is even possible first. The hard truth. No NBA trade happens without financial logic. Austin Reaves' contract, often seen as one of the best value deals in the league, is exactly why this conversation exists. He delivers near superstar production at a cost that allows flexibility. From San Antonio's perspective, this matters enormously. The Spurs are one of the few franchises that have cap space on future draft capital, are not locked into bad long-term money. That combination gives them leverage. For the Lakers, however, the equation is more delicate. Los Angeles is in win-now mode. Every dollar is attached to championship expectations. Every move is scrutinized through the lens of LeBron James' timeline. That's why, internally, the Lakers aren't just asking, is Reeves valuable? They're asking, is this roster maximized? What the Spurs can actually offer without gutting their future. Let's be clear. San Antonio is not trading Victor Wembanyama. They are not trading their identity. But they are willing to be aggressive for the right piece. Here's why Austin Reaves fits their philosophy. He's NBA ready, he's efficient. He doesn't need to be the alpha every possession. He elevates teammates from lead chatter. The Spurs' theoretical package would likely include young rotational players, draft assets expiring, or flexible contracts, not flashy names, but value. And that's where this becomes tricky for the Lakers. The Lakers' dilemma. Heart versus strategy. Every great front office faces moments like this. Austin Reaves is beloved in Los Angeles. Fans see themselves in him. Teammates trust him. Coaches rely on him in big moments. But history tells us something uncomfortable. Championship teams are rarely built on sentiment. The Lakers front office must consider LeBron's age and workload, the need for postseason versatility, the possibility that Reeves' value may never be higher than it is right now, and that's not criticism of Reeves. It's a reflection of his growth. Ironically, the better he plays, the louder the trade noise becomes. Basketball fit. Reeves and Wembanyama on the same floor. Now let's talk hoops, real basketball. Because this is where executives' eyes light up. Picture this. Wembanyama pulling defenders to the perimeter, Reeves attacking closeouts, pick-and-roll actions with length, spacing, and patience. Reeves thrives when defenses hesitate. Wembanyama forces hesitation. The chemistry potential is enormous. Reeves doesn't need 20 shots to impact the game. He reads defenses, makes the extra pass, and punishes mistakes. For a young star like Wembanyama, that kind of partner accelerates development fast. Not someday, immediately. Why this would speed up San Antonio's timeline for years. The Spurs have been patient. almost stubbornly so. But patience changes when you draft a generational talent. Wembanyama isn't just another prospect. He's a gravity well. Players develop faster around him. Defenses adjust to him. And now, free agents and trade targets see San Antonio differently. Adding Reeves would signal something huge to the league. The Spurs are no longer waiting. They're building now. That message alone carries weight. The Western Conference ripple effect executives from other Western Conference teams are watching this closely, and not out of curiosity. They're concerned because a Spurs team with Wembanyama, Reeves' young depth, financial flexibility is not a rebuild anymore. It's a problem. The West is already brutal. Another balanced, intelligent, system-driven contender changes matchups, rotations, and long-term planning. That's why this rumor refuses to die. What the Lakers would demand in return. Let's address the elephant in the room. If the Lakers even entertain this idea, they won't do it for potential. They'd want immediate contributors, defensive versatility, flexibility for additional moves. This is where negotiations would get tense. San Antonio doesn't want to overpay. Los Angeles doesn't want to undersell. And somewhere in the middle, the deal either forms or collapses. Inside league sentiment. Why no one is denying IT here is something telling. No one involved has aggressively shut this rumor down. No strong denials. No dismissive quotes. In NBA circles, silence often speaks louder than words. Front offices deny nonsense quickly. They let plausible ideas breathe. That alone suggests the scenario is at least being discussed in back rooms. The human element. And why this is so complicated as a sports journalist, I have to say this part out loud. Trades aren't just assets swapping hands. They're lives, routines, and locker room trust. Austin Reaves didn't ask to be a rumor. He earned his way into relevance. There's respect for that around the league. And that's why this situation is handled carefully, quietly, thoughtfully. Where this leaves US right now, to be clear. No deal is imminent, no decision has been finalized, but the conditions are real. The interest is real. And the timing feels intentional. This is the kind of NBA story that builds slowly until one phone call changes everything.